Okay, and DJ Grinders, we're back here. We're going to get into this two-man. We're going to be up against Scooter by the looks of things. Let's get involved. Alright, let's get this two-man underway. Okay, there we go. Alright, look, we're going to play first. Let's get involved. Have a look at the deck here. So we've got 4 land, a couple of Mantis Riders and Burn Spell. It seems like a good way to start things off. So let's get the Temple into play and we will keep our hand. See what our opponent has come to play with. So you guys, I just want to, let you know what's been going on. So a lot of things been happening with the family. Obviously, got the little one just come along. We might keep this lightning strike on top, and yeah, so pretty exciting times around the house these days. But it's been keeping my hands full, so definitely has impacted the ability to get some magic games in, unfortunately. So yeah, but we're doing our best. And all right, let's get this land into play. Yeah, opponent looks like he's playing an Abzan deck, possibly Whip, could be anything really. Most likely Abzan, that's the main thing. Okay, I don't mind that. Let's just play my third land. An untapped land would have been great there. Getting the third Mantis Rider is not the greatest, but we do have access to Lightning Strike if our opponent has something that we can use. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have a turn 3 Siege Rhino, because that would be a pain to be sure. He's got a Corsair. He's probably got another land in hand. He's got Sidisi on top. Interesting. So he's playing the 4-color deck, similar to what we were originally playing. But that's okay. Okay, so we get the 4th land this time. Well, I mean, we've got to do what we've got to do. So let's just start pressuring our opponent. And he didn't miss land, so that's interesting. And we've got the burn available for Sidisi, so he's not going to get too much value out of it. And let's get another life here. So next turn we're going to actually play a second Mantis Rider, swing for 6, and we've got our opponent on a pretty good clock here actually. So as long as our opponent doesn't have Whip early, he's got a Rhino on top of his library, which is going to be interesting, but that's okay. I assume our opponent's going to be playing Sidisi this turn. And he's going to mill the Rhino, which is very interesting if he plays that. So that's quite interesting, especially if, as I said, if he doesn't have the Whip already. So yeah, so things have been kicking along nicely, guys. We've, Dave's been doing a great deal of work for the site and the page so far, so definitely been appreciative of that. And you guys have been putting up some results, which is fantastic, so it's really good to see, especially, as I said, Cohen earlier, so well done to Cohen. I think it's his first major, result, I guess. We've got to take that into account, so well done to him. He's obviously worked hard on the deck. He's had a good day out, so congratulations to Cohen for that. So yeah, we thought we'd crank out this deck and see how it plays out. Now, our opponent's obviously got lots of choices at the moment because he's repeatedly tapping his mana and changing his mind. Okay, so opponent mills. What did he mill? Let's bring up his graveyard. Double Rhino Palace. Interesting. Okay, well, we're just going to chump that. Happy to block. Cool. Alright. Oh, our opponent plays Anger, which is absolutely sick for us. Okay, that's really good value. Let's have a look here. Each creature. So I don't really. It's interesting. It's interesting to see how much value we get out of this, because it could be bad and it could be really good. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lands. So we can play. We can attack for 3, have Anger and Lightning Strike up, or it is interesting. It is interesting. It's a tough call, guys. So that's something to think about. I think I'm gonna lead with playing the second Mantis Rider here, because I think we can get in. Having the flyers is going to give us a bit of ability to get in there quite nicely. Okay, we've got Lightning Strike up at the moment. Let's see what happens here. Opponent's got a land on top of his library. He's going to gain 1 back. So technically, if the opponent doesn't do much this turn, we could actually just kill him. So let's just see what happens here. I think this is one of the benefits of Cohen's deck, having the extra burn. And I know most Jeskai builds do run Lightning Strike and Mantis Rider, that's a given. But having access really puts us. So opponent's got 5. We Okay, so what does he get? Land. Okay, so he gets anything wins. That's fine. If our opponent doesn't have removal, we are in a fantastic position here. I mean, I'm not that fussed. I'm not going to kill Sidisi just yet if our opponent attacks. Interesting. Let the trigger resolve. So Murderous Cut on top. Okay. He gets another guy. No blocks. Let's see what our opponent does here. Okay. Opponent has 3 mana, so he could quite easily have a Hero's Downfall here, or a Murderous Cut. I would think he has one and not both. I don't think he can cast both anyway, so if he has one, I think we're pretty close to killing him anyway. Let's see what our opponent does here. Okay, so he's got a Murderous Cut. That's fine. Well, I think we've got him anyway. So let's burn him once. We've just got to hope our opponent doesn't have... I mean, he's 1 on library, 1 on his graveyard. We've got to hope our opponent doesn't have a 3rd Murderous Cut out of the cards that he's received. Okay, so we could play the Stormbreath Dragon, but I think we're more effective here to go with the original play, get the Mantis Rider, swing for 6 and burn him for 3 more. If we connect... and 1 more to the face, and look at that. So there we go. Good Mantis Rider draw there. Our opponent was a little... he had a good draw, but looks like we're able to get the job done. So that's great. Let's move to sideboarding. Okay, so against this matchup, it's interesting. We're definitely bringing in the Burnaways, and I think due to the number of 4-drops I have, we definitely want Disdainful Stroke. It's quite effective against our opponent. Hushwing Griff is fantastic against our opponent. It's really good. We like these cards. I think we want to consider Erase. Erase could be okay. Now, I think our opponents could bring in things like could bring in Bile Blight, which we might want to drop a couple Mantis Riders, although they are very effective against the deck. And Arc Lightning's not the greatest. So we'll drop a couple of those. So I think actually we might drop all our Arc Lightnings, and we've got a lot of cards that we do like against the deck. We're going to drop an Ash Cloud Phoenix just because we want to bring in these other powerful cards here. And drop 1 more. Now Lightning Strike and Magma Jet's probably not the best card against the deck. End Hostilities is obviously good. I think we can afford to drop another. Yeah, I think we'll go with something like that. I don't want to have too many Erase type effects. But let's just say if it does resolve a Whip, though, we need to be... He's definitely playing Whip, so that's the key. If we drop another Magma Jet... I mean, Magma Jet's probably the worst card in the matchup, so I think we can afford to. We've got to be cautious because Whip Resolve is such a powerful effect against us. So I think we'll go with something like this and see how the deck plays out. Okay, and we'll be back for Game 2 shortly.